Fast and Furious 7. To be completely honest, this time last week I had not seen any of the Fast and Furious films, so to prepare for number 7 I watched the previous 6 films, and I think with the exception of Tokyo Drift, which I think were pretty rubbish, I thought they were all good films. I think they're really enjoyable action films, so after seeing them all, especially 5 and 6, I was looking forward to watching number 7. So the story in number 7 is that Jason Statham plays the brother of the guy who they take down in Fast and Furious 6, and he's basically coming out for revenge against Dom, played by Vin Diesel, and all of his crew, and he starts that by killing Han, which is pretty much the start of this film, and the end of Fast and Furious 6 is the bit where he dies in Tokyo Drift. Weird continuity of these films, I swear. But basically, in terms of continuity, this one is the most recent one, and it's all come down to this, and vengeance is about to hit home, as the trailer says. So how is Fast and Furious 7? It was actually pretty awesome. I mean, this film had one job to do, and it did it really well, and that is just be a badass hardcore film. The thing I loved about this film is that it knows that it's unrealistic, it knows it's over the top, it knows it's cheesy in terms of like the physics and all that stuff being defied in this movie. It knows that it is that, but it has fun with it, and it's unapologetically fun, this film, I will say that. But by far the best action sequence in this film, pretty much the best sequence in the film, it takes place like at the middle of the film where they have to steal this car from this penthouse in Abu Dhabi. You will believe cars can fly, I'll tell you that right now, because that stuff was just awesome. Plus that car they get, I think probably the nicest vehicle I've ever laid my eyes on. In terms of any gripes I have about the film, I will say the dialogue's cheesy, yeah, but it's a Fast and Furious film. You don't go into this film for dialogue-driven scenes or anything like that. And another regret I have as well is that The Rock was not even in this film that much. I'd say The Rock is more or less of an extended cameo. I mean, he's at the beginning of the film, then he gets put in the hospital, and then throughout the entire film he's not there apart from the finale where he finally starts doing a bit of stuff. So that's my biggest negative about the film, if you can call it a negative, is that The Rock was underused, in my opinion. One thing that was good in this film though, Jason Statham as the bad guy. That dude was extreme, I mean, come on. He plays the brother of the guy who they took down in number 6, and this dude is just badass. I mean, he's not really in the film as much as you'd think a villain would be, but I just loved seeing him in the film, throwing down with The Rock, throwing down with Vin Diesel, and he's just a hardcore hitman assassin. He's awesome. Plus it's refreshing to see him actually play a villain in an action film for once, which I'm not gonna lie, that was always good. But what hit this film out of the park for me was the ending. The ending, wow, it's just such a great, awesome tribute to Paul Walker at the end of this film. You see like bits from the previous films in kind of a little sequence, and it has this really like emotional music in the background, but not too emotional where it becomes forced. It's just like really triumphant music, and it's like it feels like the end of an era. It really does. And although I haven't loved the other Fast and Furious films, I have liked them, but I haven't loved them, I would actually say that mainly because of the end of this film and also because of the hardcore action, this is the first Fast and Furious film that I will come out and say I love this film. I thought it was badass. It was awesome, and that tribute at the end was just so, it gives you the feels. It really does. I mean, I was sat there, I was like, oh, a Fast and Furious film is giving me the feels. It would feel weird if it wasn't for Paul Walker, but that's just what it is. It was good. So for my money, this is by far the best Fast and Furious film. Go see it. It's a great popcorn flick. If you just want to sit back, eat popcorn, just down the soda, and you just want to see explosions, action, hardcore badassery on the screen for the sake of it all being there, go watch Fast and Furious 7. It is an awesome time at the cinema, trust me. As a matter of fact, I will give Fast and Furious 7 a 4 out of 5. So Fast and Furious 7, have you seen it? What are your thoughts about it? And what is your favourite Fast and Furious film? Like I just said, this for me has to be my favourite of the series. And it was just such a really hit home film, especially for that Paul Walker tribute. That was just some next level stuff right there. And if you like this stuff and you want to see more of my stuff, then be sure to subscribe to the channel, because I got stuff coming to you guys all the time.